deep inside the dense jungle of Vidyaranya, far from the noise of Thantrapur city, there was a pond that never dried, a quiet place, a peaceful place. Until the day a giant arrived. His name was Jambu, a crocodile twice the size of any other, heavy scales, cold eyes, a presence that made the forest tremble. Animals avoided the pond even when their throats burned with thirst. Because Jambu believed one thing: the pond belonged to him, and no one dared to disagree. But one afternoon, the forest king himself walked toward the water. Virasimha, the mighty lion. Strong, respected, fair. He bent down to drink, and the water suddenly rippled. Jambu rose from beneath the surface, towering, glaring, blocking the king's path. Virasimha's voice echoed through the trees. "Do you think this pond belongs only to you?" But Jambu didn't flinch. Of course. Who would dare say otherwise? The lion's eyes narrowed. "This is not your father's property. I am the king of this forest. This pond belongs to everyone." Jambu's reply was cold. "Then I will be the king." Virasimha laughed, unaware that danger was already inches away. And in the next heartbeat, Jambu attacked. No warning, no honor, no rules. He crushed the lion's legs, his neck, breaking every code of forest combat. As Virasimha lay dying, his voice trembled but remained steady. "Attacking me unfairly only proves your weakness. Dishonesty never survives long. You may win today, but one day you will fall." And with those final words, the king of Vidyaranya died. Jambu laughed, a crooked, chilling laugh, and ordered monkeys to hang the lion's head on a tree, a symbol of fear, a warning to every creature. And just like that, Jambu declared himself king. But a kingdom built on fear never lasts. With no true leader, chaos spread. The powerful harmed the weak. Rules were ignored. Peace vanished. Animals began migrating to neighboring forests, searching for safety. One day, in the neighboring forest, an elephant named Gaja saw his rabbit friend Dola arriving with a heavy heart. He smiled gently. "Dola, good to see you. Vacation?" But Dola's eyes filled with tears. "I'm not here for vacation. I've left Vidyaranya." Gaja froze. "Why? What happened? And how is Virasimha?" The rabbit broke down, explaining everything. The attack, the death, the cruelty of Jambu. Gaja's heart burned with grief and anger. Virasimha had been his friend, a protector of all forests. He wanted to storm into Vidyaranya immediately. But Dola stopped him. "Brother Gaja, Jambu is dangerous. Even Virasimha couldn't defeat him. If you want to help, you must plan." Those words settled Gaja's rage. He sat for hours, thinking, analyzing, preparing, and finally, he had a plan. Saturday arrived. Gaja began his journey to Vidyaranya, but before leaving, he gave a secret task to Kapil, a clever monkey. Kapil sneaked into a wildlife safari camp at the forest border. He grabbed a gun and ran, making sure the humans saw him. They chased him instantly. Everything was unfolding exactly as planned. Meanwhile, Gaja waited 100 meters from the pond. Dola approached the water and called out softly, "My king, there's someone claiming to be the new ruler. I couldn't bear it. Please come out and finish him." Jambu's anger exploded. His pride blinded him. He forgot the one truth every crocodile knows. Water is strength. Land is weakness. He crawled out of the pond, ready to kill. But Gaja was waiting, hidden behind a tree, silent, focused. And then the boulder dropped. It crashed onto Jambu's leg. Blood spilled. Jambu roared in pain. Before he could recover, Gaja charged forward, stamping his injured leg and crushing his mouth. Teeth shattered, pride shattered. "This," Gaja said, "is what it feels like to attack someone without honor. You deserve this." Jambu tried to fight, But on land, he was powerless, and in that moment, he realized everything. I should have stayed in the pond, where I was strong. But it was too late. Kapil arrived, leading the wildlife safari team straight to the scene. He tossed the stolen gun near Jambu and climbed a tree. The humans arrived within minutes. They gasped at the sight. A massive crocodile lying helpless on the ground. "This is a beast. It belongs in a city zoo." They tranquilized him and took him away. When Jambu woke up, he was inside a cage. No forest, no pond, no freedom, and worse, his injured leg had been amputated. Weeks later, he was moved to a zoo, placed in a tiny artificial pond with smaller crocodiles who mocked him. The once fearsome king was now powerless, legless, and alone. And finally, he understood. I should have shared the pond. I should have let others drink. I should have lived with them, not against them. But realization came too late. He would spend the rest of his life behind bars, an exhibit for visitors. Back in Vidyaranya, the animals celebrated. Peace returned. They elected Gaja as their new king, a leader who valued fairness, wisdom, and unity. And soon, Vidyaranya became the most peaceful forest once again. Because in the end, pride destroys, greed blinds, but justice always finds its way back. And dishonesty, it never survives long.